You have so many skill sets. I mean, I heard just in the break that you were chess champion.
Oh no, who told you this? Did Matt tell you? Matthew!
First of all, you went to Oxford University.
Yeah, so I was in St. Cat's, Oxford for a year and a half, after which I dropped out of Oxford because I wanted to pursue music as my career. And I remember the master told me this is going to be either be the best decision of your life or the worst decision of your life. And so far it's worked out well.
We're okay.
Yeah, we're okay right now. So I was studying economics and management. The concept of opportunity cost has really stuck by me. I started thinking of everything in terms of opportunity cost. So if I'm doing this right now, what am I missing out on?
Right.
Because we only have that much amount of time in the day and in our life. Then it was time for me to do what my heart wanted to do, which was music.
And were you already writing music at this point?
My journey actually started with poetry. And then I don't know how, but I started playing the guitar. And then I got into songwriting from there. Initially, it was just a form of me wanting to express myself, because I went through like a patch of bad anxiety and panic attacks. So I would play the guitar in my cottage in Oxford for like 18 hours at a stretch, because it was so cathartic for me. It was like an expression. So yeah, I would write songs about people, I would write songs about how I'm feeling. Just me and my guitar probably sounded horrible. I was actually very self-conscious about it for a long time.
Right. Anybody in your family musical?
Everyone's very into Bollywood. No, so it's Hindi music.
Yeah.
Indian music, so like Sufi and different rags and stuff, ragas we call it. My dad will start humming something, and then my brother will join in, and then I'll be singing. So we all love our music very much. My mom used to play the santoor, which is like a Kashmiri instrument, which I started playing when I was 8 years old. I think that sort of helped me tune my ears massively.
Right.
That's a classical Indian instrument.
Singing in English.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have sold. Is it the first one to go platinum in an English speaking?
Yeah. So when Meant to Be, my second single went platinum, the concept of platinum wasn't even a thing in India.
Is it just a culture thing, or?
It was just not in the culture.
Right.
It's more, and that's fine. It was Bollywood music, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
Even independent Hindi music wasn't really there. It's coming up more recently, and it's super cool, and it's really opened up. Being the first one to do that, I kind of, I hope I wasn't too early on in the curve.
Too early on in your career, or too early on in terms of?
When you're like ahead of, what's the word?
Ahead of your time.
Yeah, ahead of your time.
Right.
I just hope I wasn't too ahead of my time. Which hopefully, you never know.
Yeah. But it's interesting that after talking to you all day, I don't see you as somebody who lets fear dictate anything.
It's funny because I think when I have to show up or when I have to perform on the day, I'm all there. But the process leading up to being all there, I'm a mess.
Interesting.
So it's the same thing. Like when I think about a fear, for example, something I'm fearful of, I'm a mess. I'm paranoid, I'm anxious, I'm all over the place. But when it comes to actually facing the fear, I'm fine. I still feel fear, I still feel all of these things. But when it actually comes to facing it, I do it.
So for example, let's talk about being on stage.
Yeah.
Are you worried about that before it happens, and then when you get into it?
It depends on what I'm stage for.
Right.
But yeah, just generally, like I'll be nervous before, for example. Or actually, I'll be nervous for like 2 weeks prior. I'll be like rehearsing, blah, blah. But when I get on the stage, that listeners / fans / just audiences, they have come because they love you.
Right.
And it's okay, they support you, they love you unconditionally. So it's more like almost like a family coming together.
Yeah.
So instead of being fearful about it, it's like they know you, they know everything about you, they follow you on Instagram, they know how you look, they know how you sound like, and they're still okay with that.
Right.
They know how much they're supposed to know about you, and they still love you for who you are.
Yeah.
So just go out there and be yourself. And the cool thing is, if I forget a lyric or whatever, they always know the lyric.
Right.
So it's like you're with people you're not supposed to be scared of.
Having succeeded at so much at such a young age, what are your goals? Because it seems like you've reached so many goals already that I can't wait to see what happens next.
I've been coming to LA ever since my music career started. But a year ago, I officially shifted to LA, and then the pandemic happened, so I stayed for a year.
All right.
The entire aim and goal now is to try to make my music reach out to as many people in the world as possible, so go global with my music, really.
Right.
And I have a feeling that I'll always feel like I haven't done enough. I have a feeling, but you never know. I'm scared. I think so much. I'm scared that if I ever feel like I'm doing enough, then it'll take away the fire in my belly, and then I just won't want to do what I'm doing.
Right. One
Yeah.
conversation I have with people is always about the catalyst. What drove them from, like, for example, if you grew up with no food, you promise yourself that nobody you know will ever go hungry
Yeah.
again. If you're deprived of love, you give love to everybody.
Yeah.
And whatever it is you need to push you, that's what you need.
Yeah. I was way too sincere for my own good.
Explain.
I was way too studious. I never cheated on a single exam. I was just way too of a quote unquote societally perfect child. And that caught up with me eventually. But in a good way, because I realized, hey, I don't want to do any of this. Life is too short. I want to pursue music.
Yeah.
Kind of got fed up of being this perfect kid. Yeah. Because I'm weird as fuck. That's cool.